That's a great concept.
Thank you, Jane.
In this crazy, mixed up world where everyone is doing the talking, but nobody's doing the listening, how do I know that what I'm saying is right? It could be as mundane as a budget meeting. How do I know what this budget committee chair is thinking? Give me a show of hands here if you've been in situations where you don't really understand. What is she thinking? All right, I have you guys on board here. As leaders, we're expected to be emotionally intelligent. We're expected to decipher every emotion that the other person has. And how do you do it? Through body language, through speech, through vocal variety. Challenging game indeed. But we all are aware of the fact that what we hear and what we see is not what the other person means. Right? How can we fix this? Let's think of that for a moment. Imagine if it's possible to help people help themselves succeed. Wouldn't that be super cool? It would be. But how does that work? It's not a zero-sum game. In order for you to win, I don't have to lose. What if there was a way in which the basic needs of people can be met? And what's that? It's basically love and acceptance. But for something as simple as a budget meeting, is it really about the budget? Not really. It's about the people in the department that you care for. Think of it this way. It's professional advancement for all of us, right? To make steps in our career, to get to the next stage of life. But if we can do it in a way in which our parents, our families are proud of what we do, and we ourselves are proud of, hey, I'm a good leader. In Hindu mythology, Lord Shiva, who's one of my favorite deities, has 3 eyes. The one at the top in the forehead, where you see the 3 lines at the top, that's the 3rd eye. That's the eye of enlightenment, wisdom, which is beyond the visual perception. How would we take that idea further? What if we had this 3rd eye, which can help us understand beyond what a person is intending to convey? What if this 3rd eye can detect the magnetic field of heart and help decipher what your true emotions are? And then, just like an everyday accessory that you wear, be it my jewelry, my Fitbit, my watch, it tells you what exactly Anne is thinking of me. And how super cool is that? That's going to be through an emoji that shows up through my reading glasses or through some visualization that's only available to my eyes. So I really know what my budget committee chair was thinking there. Hey. But how can we make this possible? That's the bigger question here, right? So I told you about the magnetic field of heart. Now let me give you some context behind how this works. To understand how the magnetic field of heart operates, you need to understand and trace how the thoughts are processed in our human mind. Our heart helps in understanding the emotional signals. The cognitive ability comes from the heart. Research indicates that depending on the state of mind that you're in, the magnetic field of the heart varies. And there are 3 factors that can help you gauge this. Number 1, it's respiration. Number 2, your heart rate variability. And number 3, your blood pressure rhythm. Depending on the state of mind that you're in, be it happy, sad, frustrated, tensed, the magnetic field of your heart is going to vary. Neurocardiology states that there are 40,000 neurons in your body that help process and understand your various emotional signals. And scientifically, it's proven that the magnetic field of heart can be detected for up to a mile. So putting all this into context, what if there was some kind of a wireless sensor with no strings attached to the other person? You can start detecting the magnetic field of the heart and the emotional state of mind, and then look at it through the cool emoji that only I get to see. Now, I told you about the wireless sensor. Let's talk a little bit about how that operates. A human eye has something called the cryptochrome. It's a protein that can detect the magnetic field. Envision this, where you can extract the cryptochrome protein and create some kind of a do-it-yourself spray that's easily available, and I just take it and spray it on my reading glasses, spray it on my accessory, spray it on my watch, and that starts acting as a sensing device, the wireless sensor that would start analyzing and tracking the magnetic field. And then my cool emoji just pops up saying, hey, that's a happy face. No, and that's really a frowning face because my speech is much better than yours. See, there you go. But of course, this technology doesn't exist yet. But that's not the important part of the story. The most important part of technology is the willingness for us to dream big, to solve the bigger problems that the world faces, and to think of it this way. It's not the status quo. We always think, hey, this is how the world works. I don't think this idea is going to fly by. But I'm going to change your perception. Because until you know the fact that you have the virtual third eye within each one of you, there's always a possibility to dream big. To dream big, to make this world a better place, a more meaningful place, a more impactful place. For you, for me, and for everyone. Thank you.